All right, it is March 22nd, 2023. Probably no way this camera thing's gonna work. I'm all sideways. I'm getting sick just looking at it. Hopefully I don't make you nauseous. I mean, all you Bitcoin maxis, I probably will, because you don't like what I have to say anyway, and that's okay. We choose our money. That's just how it is. All right, so today is the Fed meeting. We've got, I think they met yesterday and they're meeting today, but today at 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Make sure I got my cruise on here. I know, I'm playing musical vehicles here. And that didn't work. Darn it. Don't know how things work. Too many gadgets. Need something simple. Got a few things to fix on one of the DigiBugs, and then we'll be back on the road in that. And I'll be comfortable in my comfort zone. Hate all these gadgets and stuff. This thing, I can take my hands off the wheel and it'll see the line and it'll pull it back over. It's supposed to. Yeah, there it goes. I mean, it's just like, I don't know, these self-driving cars, they pretty much drive themselves now. I mean, correct you, they stay between the lines. At some point, nobody's going to be driving. They're just going to be sitting here making videos, reading books, or audiobooks, or playing games, holo riding it. Look into that one. That one's interesting. Holo ride. It's one of those VR things where you're sitting in the car, and as you move, it moves you in the game, and you got these goggles. I mean, full metaverse. Just get the implant already. Get the Neuralink, and then you're good. You carry it with you everywhere you go. Nothing to worry about here. Ugh. So anyway, the Fed announces their rate increase, which I think they're going to raise by 0.25%. Because if they don't, then people are going to be like, ooh, they stopped hiking. Ooh, this thing might be dangerous, this banking thing. So they got to play it off and say, oh no, inflation's still serious. We need to continue to fight inflation. And so they'll raise by 0.25%. And then I don't think they raise ever again at that point, because too many things are breaking. It's going to just collapse. Contagion, ripple effect. Speaking of ripple, I see that XRP's way up quite a bit here in the last few days, probably because of all the CBDC talk. And you know, there are people that think that XRP, XLM, Stellar Lumens, those types of coins that are, I don't know, there's a compliancy, ISO, it's like 20022, something like that, standards. And that these coins, there's a few coins that are compliant, and that those will be the ones that the banking system uses, you know, in the new reset, whatever. I don't want to reset. I don't care about any of that stuff. I want sound money. Something backed by something. Used to be backed by gold, by silver. Man, we don't need to do that anymore. You can use a Bitcoin standard. You can use a Litecoin standard. You don't. It's fixed in math. You know what it is. The problem is governments don't have enough of that stuff where they can, control it and manipulate it. Why does the government need to be involved in money anyway? Think about that one. Do they really need to be involved in money? Gold existed outside of the government for centuries, thousands of years, and it didn't matter. It was just a matter of the government. It was their duty to really coin it, to make sure that, hey, this is an ounce of gold, this meets the specs. This is, that's what the mint should be doing. It should be taking sound money and validating it, putting it in a form to where it's recognizable. Well, we don't need that anymore. We've got code. We've got things like Bitcoin, Litecoin, that define what they are, and we know how many they're going to be. I prefer Litecoin because I think it's way undervalued compared to Bitcoin. Of course, Bitcoin is that, the big, like I say, the shining sun. Watch this camera fall now. Hitting bumps. This is just propped up. I mean, it's rigged. It's just sitting here, like between the dash and anyway. So I won't be surprised if I take a tumble here and it looks like I roll the car. So, I like Litecoin because there's 84 million and it can never exist. And Bitcoin, there's 21 million. There's only 4 times as many Litecoin. To me, that's like buying silver compared to gold. Why would I pay $2,000 an ounce for gold when I can get silver for 25 bucks an ounce? It makes no sense to me. They serve the same purpose. Silver gets consumed, there's less of it, and it comes out of the ground. I mean, 8-to-1 ratio, gold to silver, so 8-to-1 should be 8-to-1, right? silver gets consumed. So there's really probably less silver. It gets thrown away in all these electronic devices. And if we're going green and, you know, all digital and all electronic and electricity, you need silver. So it's going to get consumed. So that makes it a little more rare. So to me, it's just a no-brainer. It's just fundamentals. That's all I'm focusing on, fundamentals. Does the price reflect it? No. Will it at some point? Yes, because the market will determine what the real value is. And that's why I get into Litecoin. And so I'm way early on it. Anybody who's into Litecoin's way early. But it's when Bitcoin's pumping, it's like, oh my gosh, I should be in that. And then your emotion kicks in and it's like, no, I'm unemotional about the whole thing because I'm just looking at the fundamentals. I'm looking at what works. I'm looking at how transactions are processed. I'm looking at the fee structure. I am looking at the number that are available. And to me, it's just a numbers game. It's what works faster, what works cheaper, and what's the best value. So, you know, that's my whole thing with Litecoin. And that's why I don't feel like throwing my money into Bitcoin at this point in the game is the best move. Again, I talked about it yesterday. It frustrates the heck out of me. I can't move it when I need to move it. Oh, it's just irritating. So I gave up on Bitcoin. I mean, as far as using it as money, I was done. I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done. I just won't do it because I've learned. It just doesn't work for money. So anyway, I'm not going to rant on that. But we are talking about money today because what we're looking at is the Fed probably going to squeeze it a little bit tighter and break a few more things because of their policy, raising by 1/4 of a point. And everybody's on edge. Oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I mean, this is nothing but a rigged game, a vampire casino. And we're all sitting around waiting for, you know, the lead vampire to show up and say, oh, this is what we're going to do now. This is what your chips are going to be worth today as you're sitting at the table. And you just don't know. And so you're like, okay, it could be this, could be that. It's like, quit playing the frickin' game. I mean, this is the whole problem, that it's centrally controlled and managed. It's not managed by the free market. And so we sit around and we wait for a decision. And, you know, I hear people, some investor or something yesterday, some lady, well, now's the best time to load. Oh, goodness. Late package, supposed to be here. I've seen more and more of this. Late stuff showing up, getting rerouted. I don't know, there's something wrong with the whole supply chain, delivery chain. Something's not right. I've seen too many packages get lost, get rerouted, not showing up. Don't know what's going on, but if you need it, you better get it. Get it in your possession. It goes with things that you need for anything in life, backups of anything that you need in life, money. Get it in your own possession. You don't know when you're going to be able to get it when things really fall apart. Because nobody's going to trust each other. Nobody's going to have confidence that, hey, I'm going to buy this off Amazon or eBay. And you use your credit card, debit card, bank transaction, whatever. Well, what if the banks don't trust each other? They're not going to ship that item unless, you know, you get paid. So how do you know you're going to get paid in the current system? You know, when it takes 180 days to officially close out a credit card transaction, 6 months, it can be charged back. I mean, that wouldn't give me a lot of confidence if I'm selling something and shipping something from China. But that's the situation we're in, and I'm seeing little hints of it. And we just got to be aware of that and understand that if you don't have it in your possession, if you don't control it, you don't own it. So with the money, yeah, we're just playing a rigged game. I mean, that's what we're doing. It's like a big screen where they say, okay, today your chips are worth this. You buy a $50 chip yesterday. Today, it's $47.50. What? They took a haircut on it, you know, and they just control, you know, the price of everything. And they do it with these interest rates and these banks. They completely, I mean, more and more are coming out about these banks that crashed, the SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, how they loaned out, you know, millions of dollars to people associated with the bank, you know, executives, and right before it collapsed. And it's just, it's the best way to make money. What's the best way to rob people? Own a bank. It's just that when they can create as much money as they want through loans, and then, yeah, we go under, and then the loans are backed up and backstopped. I mean, it's just everything. I mean, imagine you can just create money in a bank. Just create it. And that's what happens, though. I mean, and this is what people don't understand. Man, there's so many rabbits out right now. Rabbits everywhere. The dogs will go nuts. Money is not in the bank. It's just not there. So when they preach about making everything whole or making everything solvent again, they're just backing up the deposits that are on paper. I mean, they are not depositing physically the cash in there to where you can go and take it out. So if somebody goes to SVB and starts demanding their money out in cash, you're going to have another bank run. And they'll say, oh, yeah, we'll keep doing it. We'll keep backing it and backing it. Well, they're going to have to actually physically print that money if you keep going in and withdrawing it. Go to the ATM every day or go in every day. Hey, I want, $10,000, $50,000, whatever you got in there. A lot of money's in that bank. But if everybody went and said, I demand cash, I want cash, they don't have it. That's the problem. They don't have the cash. So they can back it up on a computer screen and say, oh, yeah, you can transfer it and do whatever you want with it. Okay, that's one thing. But to physically take possession of the cash, which really has no intrinsic value other than the faith we put in it, but it is something in your hand. If you go in there and try and get it, they don't have it. They don't have it even now that they've backstopped it. It's not physically there. It's just not there. I mean, people need to get that through their heads. And I mean, people need to understand that. And I'm not preaching about it. I'm just, from an educational standpoint, realize that it isn't there. If you think your money is in the bank, and it's not your money, it's the Fed's money, it's a debt note. But if you think your Federal Reserve notes are in that bank, they're not there. Go try and take them out. And that's the thing that they don't want to happen, because they know there's not enough physical cash. I should do the numbers. I mean, it's something ridiculous, like 2% or something of all money out there is in cash. It's probably less than that. I mean, you look at all the derivatives and you look at all the trillions that are out there. There's no way they've got that much cash out there. Again, look at any bill. Oh, every bill I've got in my pocket. Every time I get a dollar bill, a $10 bill, 25, 10. Look at the date. Look at the date. What's it say on it? That was 2009. I've seen none past 2017. It's the last date on it. Does that mean they haven't printed any bills since 2017? Or authorized any? I mean, what does that mean? Somebody tell me. But I know there are no bills in circulation that I have seen that have a date past 2017. Right there. Check it. Check it. I dare you. Find one. Show me. Take a picture. Post it somewhere. Put it on Twitter. Post it. Tag me on it. 2009 on this one. Look at this ratty thing. So, what does that mean? Are they withdrawing cash from the system? And what happens if everybody does run a run on the bank and they have to create more? Are they printing more cash? Do they have the cash? Are they creating more, or are they just taking what's in the warehouse? Or transferring it from that bank to that bank? The Fed bank, local, regional bank, takes it and brings in. I'm just curious. I don't know. Are they printing more money if there's demand for it? Or has something come down and there's been something behind the scenes and so that's it. No more cash. No more cash. Because it's not that easy to take it out if you got a lot of it. Try it if you do. So if there's no cash, and they're backstopping the banks, what are they backstopping it with? What are they going to give you in return? What are you going to take possession of? You're going to take possession of the guaranteed account that's got numbers on it? It's all digital? Because they can't give you the cash? Well, you can write all the checks you want. Send all the wires you want. Send all the pay, whatever, check pay, whatever it is that you want out of the account digitally. It's fine. We got that. We got your back on that. But if you want to take physical cash, I bet they don't have your back. Something to really think about, something to really delve into and I bet they don't have it, and I bet they won't do it. And that's when you get to the point of, that's when they do usher you into a CBDC system. They want it centralized, they want it all digital, and they want to be able to completely control it. Increase it, decrease it, put limits on it. They can do it all. Complete, total control, monetary structure at that point. They own you. They own your soul. And why do I say that? Well, you go to work, you use your energy, and you get paid in something. That's supposed to hold your energy at some level. Well, we got bad batteries right now with Federal Reserve notes. They kind of leak so that energy out. They do hold some, but not a whole lot. They're constantly leaking energy. So that energy you're storing up in something. Now you can store it up right away in crypto, in gasoline, in food, in, you know, whatever. Horse, cow, you know, chickens. You can do whatever you want to store it up. Some things are better at storing the energy than other things. You know, money is supposed to store it. It's supposed to store it over time. But when it doesn't do that, it's not sound money. Well, we don't have sound money right now. So if you get into a CBDC system, central bank digital currency, to where they've got all your energy locked up in their system, they can do whatever they want with it. Well, if they put restrictions on it, if they put, you know, any kind of limitations and, you know, freeze it, you know, whatever, increase it, decrease it, inflation, deflation. If they do that, they're stealing your energy. They're controlling your energy. They kind of own your soul at that point, because everything from you has gone into that, and then now they control it. And you really don't have any freedom to do anything if you're locked in that system. And if you can't use cash, you can't use gold, silver, crypto. What if they lock it all down? Make it illegal to do all that stuff. Then what? They own your soul. It's a bad situation to be in. Let's not get there. I don't think we do. But we got to front run it. We got to preempt it a little bit and realize, I don't want to participate in this thing all the way over the edge. I want to withdraw as much energy and make it very difficult for them to lock me into that vampire casino. I want to get out of it before the door's shut. You want to take anything you can out of it before the door's shut. So right now you can still take those chips and do something with them. But if they gateway all the access to crypto and it's got to go through FedNow system, and that's the only way to do it, or these 3 or 4 or 5 authorized too big to fail banks, they really kind of got you corralled. You're stuck in that casino. What are you going to do? You know, it'll have to be peer-to-peer. It'll have to be, hey, I got some Bitcoin, you know, I'll trade you something for it. Okay, well, it's a lot harder to do that, but we should be doing that anyway. We should be front-running it and getting into that situation and bartering with it already. And to me, I'd rather barter with Litecoin. It's a lot cheaper, a lot quicker. Not as frustrating. Bitcoin's pretty frustrating for me. Always has been. And therefore, I'm just like, no. Because when I need to use it, it's so difficult to use. I mean, that's typically what has happened to me. So forget it. I want something easy to use. Bitcoin and Litecoin and DigiByte, I think those are good ones. It's just they've got different. I mean, if you want super speed, go with DigiByte. If you want, you know, good mitigated speed and liquidity, Litecoin's the key, you know, the payment system. Bitcoin, you're going to hold it, lock it up, buy an island with it. Bitcoin's your thing. You're going to buy a car, you're at the car dealer, you know, 8 hours anyway, buying a freaking vehicle. So, you know, you can wait for a transaction on the Bitcoin blockchain, you know, a little bit longer as Rabbit's coming to visit. Maybe he'll hop in here. Shouldn't say he, I don't know, you know, he or she might prefer something else, who knows. So, the Fed probably going to raise rates 0.25%. That's what I think. That's probably the safest bet. Kind of mitigate it. And we'll see what happens, but it really doesn't matter. It's already a dead system. It's already over. It's already game over. It's just how far do you want to get dragged under with the Titanic? You got an opportunity now to get in a lifeboat, withdraw from that system, do what you got to do. Just get out of it. Just find a way out of it. You know, if it means holding some physical cash, which will work, even if things do collapse for a little bit, but you're going to want to put it into something that has some retention, has some kind of value going forward that exists outside of a collapsing government. And the government is collapsing. The economy will collapse because you've got, and it's going to have to be retooled because you've got very positive, productive meetings going on between Putin and Xi Jinping. Russia and China are aligning. Other countries that produce things are aligning, and they're not going to use the dollar. And they've already said it. It's game over for the dollar. It's just game over. We may have to have a closed ecosystem to where we got to produce everything we need here. And we'll have our own dollar system that, is worthless around the world for a time. And we can do that because we do have everything we need for production. But no more cheap stuff from China, baby. It's just the way it is. It's the way she goes. So be prepared for that. Have something in your possession. Own it. You got an opportunity now. I look at it, hey, if I got an opportunity to buy Litecoin at, for 4 of those $20 bills, and I know how many there are, I know the scarcity of it. I know that there's only enough, if you're looking at just Americans, there's only enough for a quarter of a Litecoin per person, 0.25. And if I can get a whole one for $80, a little bit more because you're going to have to pay fees. So under $100 for a $100 bill, I can get a whole Litecoin minimum. 4 times ahead of the average American. Take it to the world stage since it's a worldwide currency. It's 100 to 1 because it's 1/100th of a Litecoin for every person in the world. 1/100th of a Litecoin. And you can get one for under $100 fake, artificial, vampire casino bill note, debt note. Take that dirty fiat, that vampire blood money, get some sound money for the digital age. Just saying. All right. Trust yourselves. Whatever the Fed does doesn't matter. It's already dead. It's already broken. It's a vampire casino. It's dead. People are dead. The whole thing's dead. It's just an illusion. Okay? They need your energy, though. They want to convince you to keep giving it to them. Don't give it to them, the whole thing withers and dies. We can transact value right now. We don't need the dollar. We don't need other things. I'll take Litecoin all day long. I'll take Bitcoin too, but we're going to be hanging around all day waiting for it to clear. Give me some DigiByte, man. Get out of here. Pay me and get the F out. Pay me with DigiByte. That's a new slogan. Pay me and get the F out of here. DigiByte. Somebody clip it. That'll be the new promo for the DigiByte campaign. Anyway, love y'all. Hope you have a wonderful day. Trust yourselves in this whole thing. You got to trust yourself. You got to be confident. You got to know inside what's right. You got to believe in it because you're the one that's got to live with it. No regrets, man. Trust yourself. Love you all. Have a wonderful Wednesday.